Radio Check and Save Money Radio Book at 1-844-306-SAVE.
In a statement, quote, "To my friend Donald Trump, you are better than this. Even a social visit from an anti-Semite like Kanye West and human scum like Nick Fuentes is unacceptable."
Human scum? If you've read any of Nick Fuentes, who I don't know, I didn't know who he was until a couple of days ago. I'd heard the name, I suppose, but I never spent any time. Trump had dinner at his golf club. Kanye just kind of like announced he was coming, right? Is that the way it went down?
I'm told by Trump's people that the dinner was actually scheduled prior to Kanye's recent anti-Semitic rant.
No dinner table events.
And then Kanye shows up with this other dude who Trump claims, I didn't know he was coming, I didn't know who he was. Which I believe, but you did know who Kanye was. And you willingly sat down with him, which is not the greatest judgment if you want to win a general election. Right. Anyway, this Nick Fuentes guy says all kinds of crazy, stupid crap that he should have no voice or megaphone of any kind. And is a bad guy. And an actual anti-Semite. I mean, that seems to be his actual worldview. I don't know that Kanye actually believes it. I don't know if he's with it enough to even understand what he's doing.
Yes, Kanye is mentally ill. He has bought the Louis Farrakhan line that the blacks are the real Jews, the Jews are fake Jews, the Jews are ruling the world even though they're not Jews, and holding everybody down. I mean, it's ridiculous filth, but there are a certain number of people who believe it, and it's been part of the black liberation theology on one side of that aisle for a long time. I mentioned Louis Farrakhan. He's been preaching this crap for generations.
But the lefty media, MSNBC and CNN, for instance, on the cable news channels, this has been their number one story since whenever it happened last week. Every day.
Oh, yeah.
Half the show is about this, and they love it so much for a variety of reasons, including, I guess, that you get more ratings when you talk about hating on Trump.
That's the only time they've gotten ratings, really. They're desperate for it to come back.
How big a deal it is, I don't know. I mentioned one prominent talk show host who was still with Trump up until a couple of days ago. Jewish fellow, Sid Rosen of New York, said this was too much for me. So, I don't know. Is it another straw on the camel's back for some of y'all? I don't know. I mean, my focus group of some friends and family members I know had turned on Trump after the midterms. Maybe you had continued to stick by Trump. Was this? And not so much that you think. I don't think Trump's an anti-Semite. But I think he is trying to play to that crowd. Like he feels like he needs. You really think, Donald Trump, there's a bigger chunk of people that are with you on the Kanye stuff than there are other people turned off by you who think you can't win a general election with it?
I don't think Trump's that analytical.
You don't think so?
No, he's constantly talking about how he goes with his gut, and I take him at his word. I just think he goes with what pleases crowds and what gets him more adulation.
Anyway, I was reading Jonah Goldberg, who is a writer and really hates Trump, so he comes from that perspective. But he said he feels like watching some Trump loyalists come out pretty harshly against the dinner, that it's like the Bill Clinton, Mark Rich Pardon thing. That was like the last straw for a lot of Clintonites. Was just like, all right, whatever. You're gonna freaking pardon this guy? I'm done with you. That there's that may be like that with Trump. I don't know. Everybody's dead.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. I think Trump likes hanging out with Kanye because he's a black man who is in favor of Trump, and he's a giant celebrity. And Trump is his entire career. He's loved hanging out with celebrities. His office, if you have ever seen it, is lined with pictures of him with big names. So I think that's about as far as that goes. But Kanye he's an immensely creative guy, but I think he has some serious mental illness problems. He was talking to Tim Pool, if you know his act, podcaster, commentator, and at the beginning of the discussion, he revealed that his meeting with Trump was scheduled before the DEFCON 3 tweet, but was delayed. He claimed the former president had no idea who Fuentes was, and that's fair enough. It's really incautious of Trump to just dine with whoever shows up, but that's part of his charm. He's not a guarded, groomed, spun, and polished politician.
Yeah.
Much more raw and natural, for better or worse.
Yeah, he was not focus grouped, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I get that part of the appeal, yeah. But then Tim Pool just wanted to ask him about the whole anti-Semitic stuff, and Kanye's answers, if you've ever dealt with somebody schizophrenic, I think you're going to recognize the cadence of it.
I also have some pushback against my own argument that Trump uniquely has a problem winning a general election as a Republican. It ain't just Trump. It's pretty good logic. Stay tuned for that.
Okay, I am intrigued. Here's an intriguing point. Well, it's more angering than intriguing. Over the holiday season, people are shopping, they're buying presents for each other. It's fabulous. Well, burglaries and package theft spike nationally. That's why our friends at Simply Safe Home Security are offering 50% off their award-winning security system so that more families can feel safe and secure this holiday season. The best home security system of 2022, ranked by U.S. News and World Report, and for good reason.
If nothing else, you need to have all those cameras so you can become a Vine or a meme or a TikTok or something like that when you slip or your dog does something funny in the backyard or whatever. Be good to have all the cameras for that, right?
Or you punch a package thief in the head.
Best home security system of 2022 by U.S. News and World Report, a third year in a row. 24/7 professional monitoring, all kinds of great stuff. The HD security cameras inside and out, hazard sensors that detect fires, floods, and other threats to your home, including catching porch pirates.
And they use proprietary technology to make sure you get priority police response. It's really cool. You can learn more about it at the website. Oh, and the 24/7 professionally monitoring service costs under $1 a day. Go to simplysafe.com/Armstrong. Save 50% off any new system. 50%. simplysafe.com/Armstrong.